Thank you. Please be seated. The beautiful rendition of the Asean Anthem was brought to you by 60 talented students from the River Valley Primary School Choir. Let us once again show our appreciation by giving another round of applause to the River Valley Primary School Choir to encourage these budding singers. Established in 1993, this talented choir has won gold and silver awards at the prestigious Singapore International Choral Festival. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the opening ceremony of the 32nd ASEAN Summit here in Singapore. May we now invite Prime Minister Hsien Loong to give the opening address. Prime Minister Lee, please.
Your Majesty, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, may I bid a warm welcome to our ASEAN colleagues and friends to the 32nd ASEAN Summit. Singapore is honored to chair ASEAN this year. Last year, ASEAN turned 50. We are opening a new chapter for ASEAN, and we have to adjust to a rapidly changing geopolitical landscape and chart a way forward. The global strategic balance is shifting, and so is a regional balance. New powers, including China and India, are growing in strength and influence. This has opened up new opportunities for ASEAN member states as we expand our cooperation with them. But it also calls for astute statesmanship and deft diplomacy, because ASEAN member states maintain our friendship with all powers, old and new. At the same time, the open, rules-based multilateral trading system, which has underpinned the growth of ASEAN, is under pressure. The political mood in many countries has shifted against free trade, and in particular, the recent trade tensions between the United States and China are worrying concerns. ASEAN countries will have to react to these major external trends. The 10 of us need to work together, align our different political interests and economic interests, and strengthen our efforts to build a coherent and effective ASEAN community. We have to stay relevant and forward-looking as a 50-year-old regional grouping, so that we remain central to the region's architecture and future. How can the 10 of us do this? The short answer is, we need to strengthen ASEAN Centrality and find new areas and fresh commitment to work together. ASEAN can only maintain its centrality if it is a substantial endeavor, if its members see value in the shared enterprise. The alternative of a looser ASEAN, where each member state is left to fend for itself and goes its own separate way, will make ASEAN less relevant not only to its members, but also to its partners and to other powers. Individually, the ASEAN member states will find it hard to make much impact on their own. But when we speak in one collective ASEAN voice, we can be effective. Therefore, it's important that we redouble our integration and community building efforts. ASEAN has to adapt and integrate further to remain a central, dynamic, driving force that can deal with the challenges and opportunities of the 21st century. Singapore's proposed themes of resilience and innovation for ASEAN this year were proposed because they encapsulate the situation that we are in today. We need to be resilient to both conventional threats and also unconventional threats, such as terrorism and cyber attacks. Southeast Asia is at peace, but these threats are very real. ISIS continues to propagate its ideology and to foment trouble in Southeast Asia, despite having been defeated militarily in the Middle East. And we are also seeing more cyber attacks as we push for digitalization. At the same time, countries need to be innovative and to make creative use of technology to grow our economies. And if ASEAN members can cooperate in this effort, we will strengthen our economic community. Yesterday, at our working dinner, the ASEAN leaders adopted a joint statement articulating a common vision for a resilient and innovative ASEAN. This statement articulates our assessment of the changing strategic and economic landscape. It sets out the key principles that underpin our collective vision, and it affirms our commitment to build a resilient and innovative ASEAN for the future, and identifies concrete initiatives that ASEAN will undertake to realize this vision. This statement is meant as the overarching framework for ASEAN's work this year. In addition, we have launched 2 flagship initiatives that will help ASEAN take concrete steps towards this vision. First, the leaders adopted an ASEAN Leaders Statement on cybersecurity cooperation. This statement captures our vision for a peaceful, secure, and resilient cyberspace, which will enable economic growth, deepen connectivity, and enhance living standards for all. Second, the leaders agreed to launch the ASEAN Smart Cities Network. The 26 pioneer cities will now come together to articulate a common framework for smart city development in ASEAN and to craft city-specific action plans and innovative projects that will improve the lives of our peoples. There's also valuable work being done under the 3 ASEAN community pillars. I shall cite a few examples. The Model ASEAN Extradition Treaty signals our resolve to strengthen ASEAN's resilience and capacity to combat transnational crime. We hope to conclude the Model ASEAN Extradition Treaty soon and look forward to follow up by negotiating the actual ASEAN Extradition Treaty. Next, the ASEAN Single Window is now operational in 5 ASEAN member states. It will cut business costs and facilitate the freer flow of goods across the region. Thirdly, the initiatives under the Master Plan on ASEAN Connectivity 2025 on infrastructure, on sustainable urbanization, as well as on small and medium enterprises are also taking off. For our part, Singapore will launch a number of initiatives to strengthen the ASEAN community. We will establish an annual training workshop called the Asean Law Academy program for ASEAN officials, legal practitioners, and legal educators to promote ASEAN legal integration and ASEAN legal education. And we will renew the Singapore ASEAN Youth Fund to promote leadership development, community service, and entrepreneurship amongst ASEAN youth. Singapore will provide a $5 million top-up, and we will connect ASEAN youths through an ASEAN esports tournament, the first of its kind in the region. An ASEAN Youth Fellowship program will build a network of young leaders to take the ASEAN community forward. Taken together, these initiatives will position ASEAN for the future and strengthen our value proposition to external partners. After this opening, ASEAN leaders will hold our retreat session. We will take stock of ASEAN's strategic outlook, our community building efforts, and our collaborations with external partners. We will continue to press on with our integration and deepen our web of cooperation with our partners so that ASEAN remains cohesive, relevant, and effective for many more years to come. And with that, let me thank you once again and extend a warm welcome to all our ASEAN friends. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prime Minister Lee. We would now like to invite the ASEAN heads of state and heads of government for a group photograph on the stage. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, please. Your Majesty, Your Excellencies, please look directly into the cameras at the back of the room. At the count of 3, please raise your right hand and wave. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Wave! Wonderful, big smiles. Keep on waving. Hold your wave and look into the cameras. The photo has been taken. Thank you, Your Majesty and Your Excellencies.